Clear Lake is very productive. There's a lot of food sources. So this means there's vibrant wildlife communities. There's lots of insects particularly that are born in the water and emerge onto the land, like dragonflies, damselflies, are very prolific and abundant here. And then that means that there's a lot of bird populations and bird activity because they feed on those insects. Clear Lake offers one of the top bird and bat watching experiences in the whole West Coast. So because Clear Lake and the surrounding area has ecoregions of oak woodlands, savanna, chaparral, wetland marshes, and grasslands, this means there's a wide range of flora. And it's really, a nature lover's dream come true. And it's a major resource for birds that are living in and traveling on the Pacific Flyway. And that's the major migration route that spans from South America to Alaska. Lake County, and particularly around Clear Lake, hosts hundreds of bird species annually. The area around Clear Lake is actually designated as an important bird area by the National Audubon Society. And that's because the landscape changes as the seasons do. There are birds here all year round, and so there is lots to see and lots to do for bird watchers. There's lots of amazing courtship habits, particularly from the western and Clark's grebes. There's acorn, woodpeckers. The tree that woodpeckers drill the acorns in is called a granary. And you can go to any of the parks and probably see an old tree that has a lot of these little holes with these acorns shoved into them. That is from the acorn woodpeckers. As soon as sunset comes on, you're gonna see these fast, blurry little blips in the sky, and those are bats. And the area around Clear Lake is very prolific with bats. They help keep our mosquito populations down. The area around Clear Lake in Lake County is home to peregrine falcons, which is one of the fastest birds in the world. And of course, Clear Lake is home to a population of American white pelicans. And these birds have the second largest average wingspan of any North American bird. And of course, we have breathtaking wood ducks, hooded Bullock's orioles. There's 3 species of grebes that nest here. And overall, there's about 300 different types of birds that make Clear Lake very important, not just for bird watchers, but for all the rest of the wildlife and anybody that enjoys nature. So the shoreline of Clear Lake is really important. Provides habitat, refuge for insects, baby fish, waterfowl, and of course, wildlife. So there's lots of native mammal species that call the shoreline around Clear Lake home. So there's muskrats, otters, deer come down and utilize the lake and feed from the shoreline veg. And then of course, when you have these smaller mammals, you're going to have the mesocarnivores. So those are the next step up in carnivores. So things like coyotes and foxes are going to be around these shoreline and wetland areas. So it's really important that the shoreline along Clear Lake, in some areas left wild and not developed, to provide these habitat and refuges and places for wildlife. And it's also important that we maintain and control invasive species so we don't lose the natural vibrance and features of the shorelines.